What I Used to Do 2017.
To help the situation, to keep the world together. We got to stick together.
Hi everybody, welcome to Stay in Love Motivations. I'm Vanessa Klinger, your intuitive life strategist and your life coach motivator. Welcome to this week's post. Now this week we are going to be we're going to tackle the emotions. So for the next 3 episodes, we're going to go into our emotions and we're going to provide strategies and information, and tools to help you come to your own emotional rescue, because the soul transformation process, it's very important to learn to master your emotions, and that's what we're going to do in the next 3 episodes. So last 3 episodes we focused on the mind. So if you haven't seen it, go back and check those episodes so that you can get up to speed. This week we're talking about coming to your emotional rescue. Now, when I first started this process of transformation, it was very hard for me because I'm very animated, impressionable. Okay, so I was prone to be more reactive about things. So I really had to I really had to learn how to kind of tone that down a bit and become more reserved, and less reactionary and more objective. Okay, so that's what I had to learn how to do. And now the only way, what works for me, and I really believe is what's going to work for you, is to master your emotions, is to take yourself outside of your scenario or your situation and become more of a spectator and less of a participator in your events that are occurring in your life. What do I mean by that? Well, when you start to meditate and when you start to go within, you really start to identify and become extremely familiar with your inward design. You become extremely familiar with what makes you tick, with what makes you how you work. And with that said, you can really learn to be more of a participator, less of a participator and more of a spectator in your life. And that will help you to be less reactionary. How do you do that? Well, you do that by going within. And you do that by getting in line with spirit. And when you get in line with spirit, you're able to understand that you're in control. There's this poem about being the master of your soul. And the process involves mastering your emotions, becoming less reactionary, okay, more objective in your decision making, meditating and going within and clearing out all that debris and really starting to reimagine who you think you are by imagining a better version of you. Then the better version of you doesn't behave that way, right? When your soul is transformed, thank you, Pastor Carl Lentz of Hillsong New York Church. When your soul is transformed, then your behavior will change. Why? Because you've overcome and you've won the battle of your mind. You mastered your emotions and you're in control of your feelings. So there are tools out there that can help you. But if you need assistance, please contact me at www.stayinlove.com and I'll be happy to put together a toolkit for you to help you with either the entire soul transformation process kit or more focused on your emotions. I'll be happy to build some tools for you that you can use, but you have to do the work. It's not just going to happen overnight. And I come from a very strong religious background, and I'm really, I believe in the power of the Holy Spirit and everything, but I also believe that as we entered this earth plane from the spiritual world, that we were fully equipped with everything that we needed to be overcomers in this world, right? And that means being overcomer in your mind and mastering your soul. So you have to do the work. And you can scream Jesus all day long, but Jesus is not a magic wand, okay? He is a model. He is a spiritual model, a template, if you will, a go-by, a source of, is a model source on how we are to be in this human existence. That was the great thing about God. He came to this earth plane as Jesus. He created himself and came down here to show us how to get it right. Okay, so you have to understand that and learn this, my love, because when you get in control of who you are, then you can and will become a force to be reckoned. But you have to do the work. You really, really do. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's post. Next week, we're going to be taking a deeper dive into your emotions, and we're going to tackle some specific items and areas that really trigger your emotions. So look forward to you guys watching. Thank you for subscribing. And tune in next week when we're going to be recognizing those triggers set out to cause your demise. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And remember, stay in love.